was a kid, the most prominent figure in video games to me was none other than Mario. You see, my first video game device of all time was the Game Boy Advance, which I got the glacier color of from a yard sale when I was probably about 6 years old with 2 games, Sonic Advance and Super Mario Advance 2. A bundle game with an adaptation of Super Mario Bros. 3 and this one arcade Mario game, which I couldn't get past level 5. Yet for some fucking reason, I never questioned what the second game was. I knew the first one, I owned the third one, but not once did I stop to ask myself if a sequel existed. Like, Jesus Christ, I sucked the life out of my mother constantly asking about the stupidest simple things, but never that, and I never got to play that second game. Well, now that I'm all big, used to actually have income, and own a Switch, I can finally play that mysterious second game. And for some reason, it's the least spoken game out of all 3. And for good fucking reason. It's vastly different from the first 2 in mechanics. It isn't even its own game, hypothetically speaking. It's a reskin of another game called Yumi Kojo Doki Doki Panic, which I probably didn't pronounce properly. So I'm going to play this game today, and see how it is for the first time. What? I'm not that old. Before I get into the game, I want to say, God, is this game fucking simple. Looking back on NES generation games, these games were made by the devil himself. Mario games are easy to make sense of. Pressing the buttons one by one eventually made sense when you need to go to the right, and learning was incredibly simple to understand while being challenging enough to master. However, not half of the NES library was like that. Most of the NES games I tried to pick up resulted in me mashing every button at once just to get through the menu screen to know nothing about what the hell is going on my screen instead. These games are cryptic bullshit, so this is incredibly good going on. So funny enough, this game around, you have 4 playable characters you can play as, Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Peach, who looks like every woman in the 80s. Oh wait, Toad looks completely rancid in this game, by the way, in every sprite. Here's Toad in small form. Here's his death sprite. Are you uncomfortable yet? Each have their own special additions to their gameplay. Peach hovers in midair for a while, Toad can run faster, and if you pick anyone else than Peach, you're an idiot. Since the game is pulled from another game, this game really doesn't seem to have any other logical plot or motivation in the slightest. There are no power-ups in this game. In fact, this is the singular only console 2-dimensional Mario game to not have any. Instead, you have a 3-hit bar that starts off at 2 to be increased to 3 by finding these mushrooms hidden in these secret doors that are hidden in beakers that are hidden underground where you'd normally expect a turnip until they don't spawn anymore. And that singular detail makes the game fucking dreary. With really simple platforming levels with no interesting mechanics the entire game, and the items barely count as that. These fucking sand levels make me want to tear my hair out alone, like, god damn, ugh! Also, the level design is so horrendous at times, it's actually funny. There's never any direction to go in, you can't even press right and hope for the best. Imagine coming up this vine. Which way would you go? Right, you say? Sure. So you make your way right, and the level continues with new things, so you think it's the right direction, don't you? Well, oh no, fucko, you were supposed to go left and make a leap of faith over here to continue. Ah, whoops, you're an idiot. There's plenty of secrets in the levels, usually giving a shortcut to the end boss, except I can't say I was ever satisfied with myself for finding one, because there's rarely, if ever, any clue, just jumping to your death. I don't even think half of these are achievable with certain characters. I do remember finding a secret area in a level and finding Sonic's secret sex dungeon. The one thing I've got to say I do love about this game is the enemy design. Especially if you look at some of the official art for the Albatross, or the Flurry, or especially the Panzer. Wait, no, the Panzer. They're all fully fledged out ideas and characters. Simple, but satisfactory as hell. Look at this one, the Ostro. Literally just a shy guy riding an ostrich. What a fucking masterpiece. A+ character design. And, ooh, the bosses. Most of them feel really similar, but I can't say that they're not challenging. I love their visual designs, even Warts is pretty special. Overall, I think this game aged so poorly for an NES game, but until I see an NES game that aged well, I'll let it slide. Fuck. Some levels are fucking bullshit to the point that I actually pathetically had to use the save state feature since I was using the NES Switch Online version. Wait, oh god, no! I give it 1/9 pi. Wait, shit, I have my calculator in degrees.